first of all, death had been a subject of interest for me for a long time. Since 2003, my father passed away, and I was shooting for a film in Pakistan, near Pakistan border. Not for a film, I was shooting for a television series. And so I came, it was around 8 o'clock in the evening, and I sat down after a shot. Then my friend passed me the phone, as your brother is on the phone. So I took the phone, and my brother said, Dad passed away. I was like, oh, when? Sir, shot is ready. So I said, I'll call you, I'll talk to you later. So I went and I did my shoot for the next 2 hours. And after that, I felt like, oh, but why am I not feeling sad? My father was 93 years old. He lived his full life. And for some reason, intuitively, when in my last meeting, I sort of said goodbye to him in a different way, without knowing that when he's going to pass away. So, and when I went to his grave finally after 8.5 days, I guess, after he was buried, because I could not come for the burial ceremony, and I just looked at the grave and I felt, oh, I miss this man. So I had a little bit of my eyes were moist. That was it. There was no sadness that way. So since then, I was like wondering, and then I started reading a lot of books on death, Tibetan of death, and then shaman's idea of death, Indian mystic understanding of death, and all that. So when Shubhashish Bhutiani, the director of the film, approached me and just told me about the premise of the film, I thought this is the subject that I would like to associate with, and so I had no doubt about it. So without reading the script, I said yes. Yeah, the challenge was that the script came to me at the last moment, because they were not sure whether I will do it or not, or maybe they didn't think about me before and all that. So I was a bit worried that, because it's a totally different role, the characteristics of the person I'm playing is very different than who I am actually. So I was a little worried about whether I'll be able to embody this very small town insurance clerk, sitting in a chair and doing his job. Will I be able to do it? But then I just sort of handed over to the goddess of creativity, as I say, and when it happened, the results are there. So. I had been acting since I was 7.5 years old actually, in my school kindergarten plays, and I guess when I was 13.5, it didn't happen in one day, like, okay, now I want to be an actor, but I had been regularly doing school plays, and then I guess when I was in the 7th standard, it was so clear, like this, look, nothing else, but the blinkers were on, that acting, I have to act, and I want to be an actor. So since then. Oh God. Yeah, I did a film called Sunrise, and the film, though I play the lead, it's directed by Parthishan Gupta. I play the lead actor in that film, and the script had only 12 or 14 words on my mouth to speak, though I'm there all the time in front of the camera. So I'm very happy when I see no dialogues for some reason, because then something else have to come into play in order to make sense of the role. So but I said that I was worried and a little bit, but then my preparations were the most hardest for the simple reason that I did not want to think how would I do this role, and that's the hardest thing to do, not to think about it, because thoughts keep coming without your volition. and not to think about the things that you are about to do is the hardest thing in the world, I guess. So yeah, that was the hardest one. Mostly I cook, I read, I take my son to to play and all that. So it's mostly that now. Yeah, and I do watch them several times just to find out because I came to movies much later in my life. I guess 7 years ago. I did movies before that, but much before that, like when I was a teenager. And after drama school, I graduated in '93, and I yeah. So I watch it. I watch it just to see if it is working for me. Does it convince me? Quite often it doesn't, and so you learn from that. Because of the proximity. You see, the camera comes close, and I'm from stage, so stay on the stage. You reach out to the audience, but the camera comes to you. So how much is too much, and how less is too less, and how less is too much. So all these permutation combination to figure it out. Well, I most probably would have been a cook or a counselor, maybe. I love talking to people, and I love talking about life and situations, circumstances. I teach as well, so yeah, it's about life skill. I think acting has taught me life skill.